Hold out your hand. Hold out your other hand. Now rub them together. Do not drip that on my stage. There you go. Good job.
There's no problem.
Yeah. You hold that. Oh, right on. What was yours again?
When people drop food on the ground. Love it.
All right. Feels so good right now. Feels so good. Feels so good to be so immature. Oh, yeah. All right. Ooh. All right. Now check it out. Everything that you all said is true. It's also bullcrap. You see, in life there's absolute truths. I want you to get this. There are absolute truths, and then there are some chosen truths. For example, all of you believe that everything has a place and an order, and everything should be in its proper place no matter what. Raise your hand. Look around the room. Those of you that know your purpose is to frustrate those raising their hands. Raise your hands. Balance in the force. Which is more right? Being clean or being messy? Which is more right? Now I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen. They are preferences. Don't die on the hill over a preference. When you take an opinion, because that's what it is, and you elevate it to law, the law is for who? You. Is it for everyone else around you? Yeah, no. So a clean house is for Justin. How many of you can see that? Justin, does anyone else live in your house?
Yes, sir.
Do they keep it as clean as you do?
No, sir.
Who's the one, name the one person that keeps it the anti-most clean?
I do.
Now, who keeps it the most anti-clean?
Oh, anti-clean? Everybody else.
Everybody else, but who's the worst culprit?
I want to plead the fifth.
His wife. All right, so I just want to share something with you right now. It's worth writing down, except for you. The person with the problem is the person with the problem. The person with the preference is the person with the preference. And the person with the problem is also the person with the solution. So the person with the problem is the person with the solution. The person with the preference is the person who gets to honor other people's preferences. I'm just inviting you to try it on. That great happiness will come to you when you learn that your rules of tidy are for who?
For me.
They're for you. But if you try to impose them onto your family, what does that usually result in?
It results in contention.
Contention. By the way, is contention one of your favorite core values?
No.
Is it something you're striving for?
No.
Is it something you want more of?
Absolutely not.
So by the way, can I ask you this question then? Who is actually the source of contention? The people making the house messy or the person imposing their preferences on the others?
Person imposing the preference.
Give it up for that. So, you have two choices. Because, by the way, I value a clean house too. But you see, Brianne, my house cleaner, she gets paid to keep my rules. So you have two choices. You can either, see what we do is when we have a preference, we elevate it to a law. Then we project it onto others. And we say others have to follow all my rules. And then what ends up resulting is one of these negative values that you don't want to have in your life. Meanwhile, you're like, but it's their fault. They put the peanut butter all over the handle. Yes, but you are the one that doesn't believe they should. Does that make sense? So you have a preference about holding peanut butter and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of not very fun.
Yeah, but whose belief is that?
Mine.
I'm sorry. It's yours. So by the way, is it okay for you to have preferences?
Yes.
What's not okay? Imposing your preferences on others as if it is law. Who gets that? Friends, you will literally experience way less self-imposed negativity when you just allow people to have their preferences like you're allowed to have yours. Now, Justin, you totally get to influence your family. It's okay if you want to have a conversation and say, can we form agreements about our standards of cleanliness? And then can we impose consequences or rewards or punishments for those that don't? If you get agreement from everyone, then guess what? Then if they keep the rule, great. If they don't keep the rule, great. There's a consequence. There's a consequence to everything in life. But here's what I want. This message is for you. I don't want you to feel the negativity from imposing your rules onto others. You need to find a way to honor your rules. Everyone does. You got to find a way to honor your rules. And then if you are going to share them with others, number one, do not do it with a level of imposition of, you must follow my rules, because nobody likes that. How many of you agree with me on that? Nobody likes that. Everyone wants to be honored, loved, and respected. You can, however, share your preferences, and you can form agreements. But most importantly, I want you to get this. Most people you meet in life are not aware of your preferences, and even if they are, it's not their job to uphold them. It's whose? The preferences for who? For yourself. So if you want to make yourself really happy, like for example, Justin, right now, if this doesn't meet your rules, you have two choices. You can either say, not my house, or you can honor yourself and pick it up. Which would make you happier? Okay, go ahead. Make yourself happy. Give it up. He's making himself happy.